Sorry guys, it has been an absolutely crazy day, crazy busy at work, crazy busy this morning taking cabs to the sale barn. But what the hell happened to Shiba Inu? And what I mean by this is we saw exchange supply just crater. We saw the amount of transacted SHIB just soar through the roof to the tune of tens of trillions of Shiba Inu. What is exactly going on? We're going to talk about that in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So for the most part, even though I was super busy today, it does not look like I missed a lot in the market. It's been a lot of sideways trading, not much action taking place, low volume day once again. That's not surprising. We've kind of continued on this just lame note throughout the week. And you know what? I will say that that's okay. Holding these levels, showing stability, that is a great sign for the crypto market. But the question is are we getting very close to this liftoff? Are we getting close to liftoff in terms of Shiba Inu? Signs are starting to point that direction. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that, but I want to address just a couple things here. First of all, we saw the highest amount of Shiba Inu transacted by whales in a 24-hour period since February 3rd. All right, this took place yesterday. This was to the tune of 11.8 trillion Shiba Inu. That is a lot of SHIB. And what we actually saw was a net flow of 730 billion SHIB. So we are still continuing to see whales add at insane rates. And yesterday was a very exciting day for the whales. Again, a lot of movement, a lot of transactions taking place, but I think the biggest surprise of all is what actually happened in terms of exchange supply. So for those that aren't familiar, supply and exchanges is a very big deal because that is where most transactions take place. Most people do not participate in DeFi. They're on centralized exchanges. So when centralized exchange supply is falling and demand stays consistent, it means that price is rising, right? Because there is less SHIB to go around, there is less resistance holding price back. And we have been talking about this since the height of the last bull market cycle. We went from areas of 190 trillion Shiba Inu available on exchanges plus down to 160 trillion before Shiba Inu began to take off in March of last year, down to about 110, about 110, 115, no, about 130 trillion, I'm sorry, about 130 trillion when Shiba Inu started to bottom in August and started to surge until the latter part of 2024. You know, we have continued to see this removal of supply very, very consistently. And in fact, recently we have been talking about this 95 trillion Shiba Inu available on exchanges or so, but that just dropped significantly. It actually dropped down to 85.3 trillion SHIB in just one day. Yes, 10 trillion SHIB removed from exchanges in one day. So what you are seeing is a lot of confidence from whales, a lot of excitement for what is coming for the future of crypto. And what this is actually going to allow Shiba Inu to do is move very easily to the upside. Now, this isn't to guarantee your financial advice, but you have to think about it, right? As this supply is being removed and there is less SHIB to go around, how does that impact price when demand starts to hit? It makes it easier to move the price to the upside. And what we continue to see from the Shiba Inu community is a lot of conviction, a lot of resilience. The people that at these times, for the most part, are accumulating Shiba Inu, they are planning on holding for the long run, for the latter part of the market cycle, for the boom, for the adoption to take place in the crypto market. And that's why I really think that, you know, SHIB is a very unique case in the space. You don't see this level of conviction, you don't see this level of community growth that we've seen from Shiba Inu, even in some of the worst times, even as price has not performed great, whether you reference that right now, whether you reference that in the bear market or the summer or whenever it may be. What we are continuing to see is Shiba Inu growth at a fundamental level. And there will come a point where when adoption again does take off, this will benefit Shiba Inu in a big way. Now, the question that people keep having is, you know, when is liftoff going to take place? When are we going to start to see this move to the upside? And guys, frankly, I don't have the exact answer for that. A lot of signs are starting to point towards the market getting to a better spot on a fundamental level. You know, this fear and uncertainty is wearing off to an extent. We're still dealing with some macro data, but things are getting back on the right track. And understand that we still have a road ahead, but it's a question of when does that capital start to flow back into the space that currently sits in stables on the sidelines. Anybody have the answer? I wish I did, but slowly but surely we're watching this begin to trickle back in. And you know, it doesn't even necessarily have to be an event in the market. It can happen suddenly. When we look back at history, it hasn't always been a specific date or event that sent the market into an absolute frenzy. But what we do know is when the frenzy begins, it's hard for it to stop. FOMO sets in, adoption follows, and that is the times we are waiting for in this market. So Appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.